Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimron, and these are some exciting times. I'm trying to figure out when the world is Halo Master Chief Collection. Wow, it has been 12 years since Master Chief found himself in a mouse and keyboard, and I am excited. Skeptical, I have my criticisms, but I'm definitely excited for what is to come. $40, 5 games, that's not too bad. Let's jump right into it by checking out the options. You have a fair amount. There's season rewards, which I haven't bothered with because I haven't played the multiplayer because I cannot. And we'll dive into that in a little bit second. Settings wise, I'm disappointed. Let's just come right out of the gate with it and say it. Controls, you can configure some of the options, which is great. You can either play with a gamepad or a mouse and keyboard, and obviously mouse and keyboard is the preferred method. Video, field of view. It goes all the way up to 120. I don't think you need more than 100. I'm planning on an ultra wide 1440p. You have a vehicle field of view also that you can adjust, which is great. I have mine set to 105. Goes all the way up to 120, down to 70. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play on 70 in a PC. Gamma, windowed mode. You have resolution scale, VSync. This is important that it is activated for the sole reason that there is no frame limit other than 60 FPS. Either 60 or unlimited. I have a 120 Hz monitor. I don't want it at 60, but I don't want it unlimited either. I've heard of a lot of people having problems with the frame rate if it's unlimited. So if you have it on unlimited, just enable VSync. It would also help if you have a G-Sync compatible or FreeSync compatible monitor, which I do. Graphics, enhanced, original, and performance. Here's the kicker. I've seen a lot of comparisons online about the differences of the settings. There aren't that many, if any. I couldn't really notice much of a difference. I have mine set to enhanced. I am fairly disappointed at the lack of graphical options in this game. And these are not the only issues that the game has. We'll get to the audio issues when we start the game, but I really wish they had added a few more, like depth of field or chromatic aberration, which I believe the game doesn't have to begin with. But it is nice to be able to actually disable those settings than banking on the fact that the game doesn't have them. Yeah, so just disappointed about this. Audio, a fair amount of settings that you can change. Gameplay, classic or standard crosshair. You may want to play it on classic. It lowers it a little bit. There's a lot of muzzle flash from the weapons, and on centered, which it would drive me insane if I didn't have it on, your visibility goes down a little bit, so keep that in mind. And here's some of the rest of the settings. I'm going to save the settings even though we didn't change anything else. Let's play the campaign. So this is the Master Chief Collection, including Reach. Halo Reach released in 2010 by Bungie, and 303 Studios is responsible for the port. Combat evolved to 3.3 ODST 4. They are not available yet. They will be available in 2020. Let's just hope that it's sooner rather than later. But if this port is an indication of the team being able to benefit from more time, they can take all the time they want. We're going to play the second mission. I haven't finished it. I'm playing on normal because I'm a wuss. I've never been able to play these games on difficult levels. Now, I am in Exodus. I haven't played these missions, but oddly enough, these missions are available from the get-go. You can play whichever mission you want, which is interesting. We're just going to play the second mission. I'm going to switch to easy, just because. And we're going to start. Oh, crap. Well... okay. That's fine. I think I was in the beginning of the mission anyway. It doesn't matter. Now, you may have already seen online that there's some audio issues with the game. That is true. The developers have come out and said that they might be, they need time. They're aware of the issues, but they need time to fix the issues. Everything just sounds muffled.
We're gonna introduce ourselves to whoever took it out, and then Cat's gonna get it back online.
Get me under the hood, Commander.
So why would rebels want to cut off reach from the rest of the colonies?
You got a chance.
Here's a squad. I'm gonna skip this. Now the game looks like a potato, and rightfully so, to be honest, because it's an old game. It is an ancient game. It is essentially almost 10 years old now, 9 years old. I am really happy to see there's no acceleration or smoothing whatsoever with the mouse. The input is amazing. It is really responsive. There's no input lag, which is impressive. They definitely put a lot of time into this, and it shows. So, we're in the mission here. I was really disappointed at the sound quality of the game, because I got to the first time I could fire the gun, and this comes out. That does not sound appealing at all. Another odd thing that I've noticed was, let's say I'm aiming at the top of the hill. If you zoom in, it defaults higher, which is really odd. I don't know why, but it's really odd. This is the sound of the guns. The developer said that the reason why this is happening is because they had to encode everything differently from scratch for the PC port. And this is why this is happening. They said that they can fix it. It'll take time. I don't know how much time. They said 2020. Hopefully soon, and not too late into 2020, because I would like to enjoy this campaign again with the proper audio. Faux show. You have your teammates. You know what Halo is. Halo has been around for a long time. I remember playing the demo of Halo in the Greek equivalent of a Target back when they had consoles on the gaming aisle that you can play. So I would sneak out from my house every day, from my grandparents' house rather, and I would go play the demo. And there were a group of kids we knew to meet in that gaming aisle every single day, and we would just play the demo. I'm sorry, I had to kill these guys. We would play the demo for all of day. It was a Halo 1 demo, and I was hooked. And I guess maybe it has to do a little bit with nostalgia, or maybe Halo is just a good game series, and I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I've never been able to play anything besides Halo 2. I've played Halo 5 a little bit on the console. I've played it on the phone because I'm part of the Microsoft game streaming thing for mobile devices. I've just been really sad my whole life that I haven't been able to play Halo, and this brings us a step closer. Of course, I could replay Halo 1 and 2 again and again, but I would much rather do it with much better graphics than potato graphics, quite frankly. So you may have noticed a little bit of a frame rate dip here and there. That is also something that the developers are aware of. I'm not quite sure as to why it happens. I didn't really comprehend the explanation if there was one. I know why it's happening for the audio, according to the developers, but it is a mystery why it's happening with the frame rate. There's not much you can do about it, but just kind of deal with it. It's stuttering. It's not a huge frame rate drop. If you keep an eye on the FPS counter on the top, it's only a couple of frames, allegedly. So, we'll see. We're just going to wait for that patch. So, $40, what does it get you? It gets you this game, and it gets you all the rest of the games except 5. I really wish it got you 5. That would have been amazing. But we guess are just going to have to wait and see if that streaming thing comes to the PC, or if it's just for mobiles and consoles. If it is for the PC, then that would be the way to play 5. 5 wasn't very well received, but I did a little bit of research on Reach. I have never played Reach, and Reach is supposed to be a prequel to Halo 1 Combat Evolved. It explains how the enemy has started attacking and everything. You are in the shoes of Master Chief before he became Master Chief. In the cutscenes, he never takes off his helmet, obviously. We don't know what he looks like, and we probably never will. But I gotta say, nostalgia aside, I can imagine what a bang this would have been back 9 years ago, and I would say it still is. I absolutely have had a blast playing the missions, and it keeps me intrigued. I want to keep playing. It does feel like a step down from Halo 2, however. This is, again, this game was released after Halo 3. So you would expect to have things like dual wielding, which you do not. I don't understand the step down that the developers took when they were making this game. Maybe they were in the thinking that, hey, this took place before Master Chief had all these skills and whatnot. I'm not quite sure what the thinking behind it was. But here you can see the muzzle flash that we were talking about earlier. I really don't know. There's some features that I know from previous Halo titles that I've played that I would have loved to see, which is the dual wielding. It baffles me why it wasn't in this game. You do have the armor abilities right now. In the beginning, you're equipped with shift, but you have a jetpack, you have a shield that you can do. There's a few options. You can only hold one at a time, which means that you would either have to you would have to choose between should I have a cool jetpack, or should I have the ability to sprint and progress through the map a little bit quicker. I have found that the jetpack is a nice option, but more often than not I would hit shift to sprint, and that would just make me fly. So that would be a lot of a personal choice on that matter. I think that the sprint should have been just a separate thing for itself. But then again, a lot of decisions in this game have not made sense for me. So this is Halo Reach for the PC. 12 years later, Master Chief comes back to the superior means of playing video games. $40 available on Steam and the Microsoft Store, so Steam. Because let's face it, who's gonna buy it there instead of Steam? I don't know. You can either get this for $10 though, if you so please. You do not have to go for the $40 option right off the bat. These guys always gave me a hard time. Well, I forgot this is easy, so you don't take much damage. Easy mode on this game is literally just the definition of easy. I just went ahead and went against my beliefs and pre-ordered the whole thing as soon as it was announced. I just threw my money at Steam and said, this is something that I want. I know that I want it, regardless of the condition that it delivers. And yeah, audio and stuttering aside, and the lack of options on the graphic side of things are things that I wish I hadn't seen. I wish that they had given it a little bit more time. If they needed more time, they could have taken more time. I believe that a lot of people would agree with that. But also a lot of people would say, hey, just give me it and patch it whenever you can. I just want to play this. Sadly, very, very sadly, the controls for the vehicles have remained throughout the series. Why can I not use the direction pad to control left and right? I will never understand. I understand in the flying vehicles you would want to do that because you can pivot left and right. I understand, you know. Make it for those. This has been in the series since the first game. It is frustrating to say the least. But that being said, this was a short one. It's Halo. Everyone knows Halo. Everyone needs to know the issues that the PC port has. But other than that, Halo Reach is part of the Master Chief Collection and is available on PC right now. We don't know when the rest of them are going to be available. Let's just hope it's either soon or patched for our sake of enjoyment of the game series. So yeah, available on Steam, $40. All these games mentioned earlier. You can't go wrong, even if the port sucks. Like if it's as good as this one, sure, I can go for it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you have all the information you need to make a decision on whether or not you're going to buy this game. See ya.